Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Saturday night, but it's not craft beer night, no. Tonight I am taking part in the Wychwood Goblins Tasting Night, and the beer of choice for tonight is this one. It is Theakston's Old Peculier, and I've done Theakston's OP on this here channel before, but what's the point of the tasting night? Well, the general concept is the pick a beer and we taste it, but with a little bit of a difference. And we're having two of the same beer tonight. It's not often I get to do that, given my limitations and what I'm allowed to have. But we're having one Old Peculier, and we're having another Old Peculier. They look identical, I hear you say. Well, they kind of are, apart from one thing. This one is cold. This one is not. And the whole point of it is that we see how we prefer having our beer. Do we prefer it at room temperature, cellar cool, cold? I've got mine at fridge cold for the cold one, cellar cool for the other one. It's not, I don't have a cellar, but it's at cellar temperatures where I keep it. I have to say, the logo on OP is somewhat amusing for those of us with a slightly childish mind. Have a close up. I know the guys in the Brewskis Facebook page love the logo. It's great. Anyway, what can I tell you a little bit about Old Peculier? Not a lot, because there's nothing on the bottle really of note, other than it is a 5.6% beer. It's brewed in Yorkshire, and it's bloody lovely. It's incredible on cask. But tonight we're going to see which one is better, cellar cool or cold. So we're going to pour the cellar cool into my status quo glass, and we're going to pour my cold one into my Judas Priest glass. And we're going to start with the cellar cool one into the status quo glass. Now it's going to get a bit tricky once it's poured to see which is which. Dark beer, dark logo on the glass. But that's the pour of a nice bottle of Old Peculier. And cellar cool, it develops a bit of a larger head, which kind of helps me out a little bit. It looks bloody lovely, doesn't it? It looks so inviting and delicious. Whereas the cold one, like I say, fridge cold, about 2 degrees in my fridge. It's going to be poured into this one, the Judas Priest glass, because Judas Priest are amazing. Anyway, that's the pour on this one. It's not quite so lively on the pour, and that's one thing I like to do. If a beer is particularly lively, or if it's a little on the thin side, I like to fridge cool it, just to temper it a little bit. And you see the head was not quite so active on the pour. Let's just shove the slightly warmer one up the back. There we go. Yeah, so really, the head on the cooler one is a little bit tighter than the cellar cool. Fridge cold definitely gives it a slightly tighter head. Otherwise, they look identical. And yeah, just for the crack, we are going to give it some points tonight. As always, we're going to do the usual 5 pillars of judgment: the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. And the cold, or the, well, I've put RT, I should have put CT, CC, cellar cool. Let me just correct that. There. A point for each one. Now, visually, I prefer the looks of the cold one. The head's a little bit tighter, and it just looks a little bit more inviting. Head retention seems a bit better as well, I must say. So look, this is the fridge cold, this is the cellar cool. Definitely better head retention on the cold one. So that we know they look amazing. We know it normally smells amazing, but which one do I prefer the smell of? Cold or not so cold? So let's start with the not so cold. And this is one area where being slightly warmer, I think, benefits, because it allows the flavours to open up on the nose. And it is beautiful, dark, rich, malty, slightly sticky molasses type vibe. Twiggy brown hops, dark fruits, Christmas cake, all that good stuff. It's wonderful, and it's a good strength on the nose for that one. But the cold one, much the same, lighter, but there's a hint of coffee coming through on the really cold one. It isn't so obvious. There is a hint of licorice coming through on the warmer one, the Cellar Cool. Otherwise, fundamentally the same, but the point for the aroma has to go to the Cellar Cool because it's just more open. There is more of it, and aroma is a huge part of what you do, what you enjoy. Anyway, we're going to go back to the beers, and we're going to have a little taste test. Well, we're going to start with the body test, actually. Start with the warmer one. Glorious, glorious flavour, but the point of this one is the body. This one is, as it's a little warmer, it's a little looser, it's otherwise just under medium, whereas the cold one, it's tightened up. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit more, dare I say it, restricted in the mouth of how it can flow. I know it's ridiculous and we're only talking a handful of degrees, but it feels tighter, it feels denser. Yeah. The carbonation is more dominant on the warmer one. The colder one is definitely tightened up, and that's a matter of preference. I like the tighter carbonation, the tighter body of the cold one. Yeah, so it's a point to the cold one. So it's 2-1 at the moment to the fridge cold. Then it comes to the flavour, the most important bit, and this is the cold one, and this is the Cellar Cool one. We're going to start with the cold one. I do love Old P. It's deep, dark, rich, malty, fruity, and it opens up to that molasses type, almost caramel-like flavour on the back end of the cold one, whereas the warmer one, everything is just more open. It's more vibrant. It's bigger. It's a little bit more bitter as well, I think. The hops can do more when it's that little bit warmer. The cold one, just go back to that. It's a little bit more muted. I think somewhere in the middle would be a little better, actually. But for purposes of this one, the point is going to Cellar Cool, which means it's 2-2. Oh, we have a tiebreaker. We do. There are no prizes here or anything like that. It's just for fun. But yeah, I do like these tiebreaker situations to see what's what and separate the winner from the loser. And it's the finish in this instance. I love the malty finish of an Old Peculier. I love that slightly licorice flavour that it can just leave on the palate. It's warm, it's welcoming, and after today's crap weather, it's very much welcome. So we're going to start with the fridge cold. I do love that flavour. It goes straight from the main flavours into a slightly twiggy, bitter finish on the super cold one. Little hint of that caramel. Whereas the warmer one, that flavour is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. There's not a lot in it. There is a little more a little more openness, a little bit more of the hops coming through, a little bit more of the twigginess coming through. And overall, it's just a wider, broader, open flavour. So the point goes to the cellar cool, which means we've got a 3-2 victory for the cellar cool over the fridge cold. There it is in red and white, just for evidentiary purposes. But let's be honest, the best way to have a pint of Old Peculier is absolutely on cask, in a pub, in North Yorkshire, on the moors, with a roaring fire in the middle of winter with a big fat roast dinner, as I've done a few times since I've been to see my mum up that way. She lives up near Kirby, and I forget the name of the pub. It's absolutely glorious, out in the middle of the moors, and wonderful, absolutely wonderful stuff. Served from a wooden barrel, beautiful. It's absolutely glorious. So, yeah, tonight the winner is the cellar cool in the status quo glass. It's not to say the cold one is bad. It's not. It's just slightly different, and the temperature does make a difference. Now, depending on the beer that you're going to drink, and we're going to sit and sip from the cellar cool one because it's nicer. It does depend on the beer that you're drinking as to what temperature you're going to serve it at. There is no one size fits all. You know, lagers and IPAs for me absolutely must be colder than a dark beer. Dark beers for me benefit from being a little bit warmer. It just opens up the flavours, and the same is true for an IPA as it is a lager, but they just work better when it's cold. Don't ask me why. I'm sure there's no particular science behind it. It's just personal preference. But for me, the lighter beers are definitely better colder. Darker beers definitely benefit from that little bit of extra warmth in them. But you might be different. You might prefer all your beers freezing cold, or you might like them all warmer. Doesn't really matter. It's just what you prefer at the end of the day. And me, I prefer my Old Peculier cellar cool. So, yeah. That's my conclusion tonight. I'm absolutely going to enjoy them both. But the cold one will be left for second. It will warm up a little bit. And it'll be just as nice as the cellar cool one. But yeah, you're never going to have a really bad pint of Old Peculier at all, let's be honest. So yeah, it's been a while, like I say, since I enjoyed partaking of a Wychwood Goblins Tasting Night. And I'm bloody glad it's Theakston's Old Peculier tonight, because it's a bloody lovely beer. And we're going to leave it there and say, that was a beer. I've been me. Them down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you like. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.